It was mid-August when me and my friends planned to go camping to this campsite that we saw on the internet. At first it was a bit suspicious, but soon after checking the reviews it seemed legit and decent enough to set camp on. We set the date and packed all of the things we needed before hitting the road. It was a bit of a bummer getting stuck in traffic because of the rush hour. Since we were new to the road that we were heading to, we somewhat got lost and found ourselves entering a nearby village. The village seemed old and abandoned, but there were still a few people living there, so we did as what a typical lost person would do, which is ask for directions. We then came across this old lady selling a bunch of newspapers on the sidewalk and approached her. "Excuse me, ma'am, but may I bother you for a quick minute for directions? You see, me and my friends are new to the area and got a bit lost." "Sure thing. Where are you guys heading to?" We handed the lady the campsite's name and address. She was quick enough to remember the routes and gave us 2 paths. The first path that she mentioned is a route longer than the other one and is also her preferred path for our group to take. Since on the second path, which is the shortest distance to our campsite, is filled with unusual activities such as travelers going insane and some going missing after going down that route, as the lady mentioned. I felt a shiver through my spine after saying our farewells to the old lady. As we drove away from the village, my friend suggested the second path for us to take so that we can arrive at our campsite in a short period of time. I hesitated for a second and insisted to take the longer path instead. "I think it'll be best if we take the first path, the longer one." "Are you serious? It would take us another hour to get to our campsite if we did that." "But it's safer. Did you actually believe what that old lady told you about the people going insane, or rather missing? It's clearly a fluke or something to scare people off." I was still opposed to the idea of ignoring what the old lady said, but majority of my friends were persistent to reach our campsite right away, and it was also too late for me to object and warn my friends again because we just entered the path that they wanted to take. It was getting dark, but everything was surprisingly going well. Nothing suspicious nor strange. That was until we came across this girl on the side of the road. It seemed as her car has broken down, and from our distance to hers, it's clear enough for us to see that she is waving for help. I was about to tell my friend to pull over, but he just kept driving past the girl. "Why didn't you pull over?" "We already wasted a lot of time. I'm sure someone else will help her." I nodded and kept my eyes back on the road, but after a couple of minutes we saw another girl waving, trying to get the attention of cars passing by, and to our surprise, it was the same exact girl that we just saw back then. She was wearing the same clothes and had the same car. My friend got creeped out, so he kept driving ahead, completely ignoring the girl once again. I was still trying to collect all of my feelings back at that time because just like my friends, we were all confused and creeped out, hoping that this is nothing more than just a silly prank. That is only if things were easier said than done, because after a few minutes passed by, we saw her again, the same girl on the side of the road. "Is this some kind of sick joke, or am I hallucinating?" "I'm scared. Why is this happening to us?" I'm also feeling scared at this point, but the main thing that I was thinking of is how are we going to get out of this loop? Should we keep ignoring the girl, or would that make things even worse? After pondering all of the questions in my head, I noticed my friend who looking a bit paranoid. His eyes shifting from the road and back to the stirring wheel. His palms also sweating from what I assumed was due to nervousness, so I tried reassuring him that we will find a way out of the situation. But after seeing the girl again for the 4th time, my friend lost it. "I can't take this anymore." My whole body was immediately pressed down to my seat as he accelerated the speed of the car by stepping on the gas pedal all the way in without any hesitation. My heart was racing as I noticed my friend stirring the car's wheel to the direction to where the girl was standing. I tried stopping him, but as we get closer, the lesser chance I get on preventing what was about to happen. I did not have enough strength to stir the wheel to go in the opposite direction, so as I helplessly tried my attempts, it was too late. My friend was driven by the idea of ending the loop by ending the girl's life. My gosh, are you guys all right? How are we supposed to be all right when you just ran over a body? Do you guys think she's still alive? We all looked at each other and got out of the car to check on the girl, but we saw nothing. The body was gone, and also the broken car. We were all losing our mind at this point. But we hopped back on our car and pretended that nothing happened and carried on with our plan to go straight to the campsite. Did I let that old lady from the abandoned village get the best of me about the rumors that she told about the second pathway? My head was hurting at this point, and all I wanted is to get a good night's sleep and talk about everything tomorrow. We finally reached our destination, but I can seem to shake off everything that just happened, especially when the girl was nowhere to be found after we ran over her body. I began to question myself if I was dreaming, or was everything just a figment of my imagination. As we were about to check in, I noticed a familiar figure from the counter. Could it be? No way!